Hey, everybody. Happy School Sunday, Minnesota Lynx Sunday. It's a Sunday fun day all around, or whenever you happen to be watching this. Thanks so much for stopping by, whether it's now, later, whenever, and of course, hopefully not never. And it's beep, 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 beep. It's breaking news. Well, it's kind of old news, I guess, at this point right now. But and it's only let's see, what time is it? Not quite 11:30 Central Time. And the Minnesota Vikings, they are in the news. They have a new quarterback in town, but he's actually kind of coming back home. So, Minnesota Vikings, da-da-da-da-da-da, you guys probably already all know, they signed Carson Wentz. So, all right, Carson Wentz on the Vikings, and then the werewolf, Sam Howell. Well, so long, see you later. All right. Not super surprising that the Vikings decided to say see you later to the werewolf. Like, okay, you can go transform and do your thing and go crazy somewhere else. It's not going to work here. Not super shocking there, but I am a little surprised about the Carson Wentz thing. I mean, I feel like it kind of just came out of nowhere. But I guess the Vikings had been working Carson Wentz out this weekend, something like that. And I guess it went over okay. So Minnesota Vikings add a little veteran depth to the quarterback side. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that works out. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to pull up a little article here, kind of go through some stuff, what everyone else is kind of talking about, what I think about it overall. And then I'm also going to look at the astrology chart for the Minnesota Lynx and Indiana Fever. I'm going to be doing the Planetary pregame, doing the prediction there. The Lynx host the Fever tonight at the Target Center. Tip-off scheduled for about 6 p.m. Central. So, yeah, some Vikings news here to start this Sunday, I guess, for Vikings fans. And, yeah, we'll see what else is going on. Hi, William. Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. Okay, yeah, you have a lot more fan firsthand knowledge here of Carson Wentz, because obviously he was with your Eagles there for a while, and I was listening to the radio and I heard it, and I don't know if I heard this correctly. I might need to look it up, but I think this is Carson Wentz's sixth team, and I think he's only been with one team for 1 year or like one season. So I do have some stuff pulled up here. I'm going to maybe look up some other stuff, maybe his Wikipedia. I do know that Carson Wentz is a Capricorn. I do remember that. He went to school. I think he's from North Dakota originally. I mean, he went to school at NDSU, but let me just pull up his Wikipedia page here really, really quick. Yeah, he was your quarterback in 2017. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did. He started off like so promising, and then what did he mess up his knee or something? I think, is that what happened to him? Yeah. So, all right, here we go. Like William was saying, he was with Philadelphia. Okay, so 2016 to 2020. So ever since then, I guess it's been like 1 year, one season. So he was with Philly 2016 to 2020. And then he went to the Colts. That's right. For in 2021, 2022 with the football team, then with the Rams 2023, and then with Kansas City, and then now with Minnesota. So, I mean, he went to school at NDSU, and that's in Fargo. So that is very, Midwestern Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota vibes. So I'm sure a lot of people just in general, a lot of Vikings fans are like, woo, a hometown. We got somebody coming back home. Yay. Okay. The Midwest people love that, in particular Minnesota Vikings fans. So I'm sure a lot of people are just happy about that in general. And oh man, if they add Adam Thielen to the mix, what's next? I was just about to say, like, Marcus Sherrills comes back and is going to do punt returns. Is he available, by the way? Does anybody know? Hi, Angel. Good to see you. Cheers. Always nice to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Right. So, okay. So he was born in North Carolina, and then he moved to North Dakota at the age of 3. So yeah, basically from there. Yeah, he went to school in Bismarck. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, we shall see. I have not seen any sort of, play from Carson Wentz recently. I would really probably like to see that. I also pulled up here, what article did I have pulled up? Let me share the other screen. Yeah, the knee injury made him miss the rest of the season. Yeah, that made Foles finish the season. That's right. That is right. Let's see. Okay, this is from ESPN here. They have the wildest ads on some of these pages, I swear. You guys know you can get a high quality German nail clipper? That thing looks crazy, and that looks really gross that they have just those little nail shards over there. Ew. Okay. Let me see here. Alrighty. I don't want to cut this off completely, but I also don't want to get in trouble for showing some NFL stuff. So this is Kevin Seifert. He covers the Vikings, obviously writes for ESPN here. So yeah, with that, Sam Howell. So William, you guys get the werewolf now. So how do you guys feel about that? Yeah, Minnesota Vikings, Carson Wentz, and then Sam Howell goes to Philadelphia for, what is it? 2026 5th round pick and a 2027 7th round pick. From the Eagles. The Philadelphia received a 2026 6th round pick from the Vikings along with the werewolf. So there we go. Like I said, I need to kind of look up some recent playing from old Carson here. We're gonna have to get a nickname for him going too. I gotta think of something. I mean, like Old Red is too easy. Okay, I think that's a little too easy there. You know, like shooting fish in a barrel type of thing. Yeah, you beat Kansas City this last year. Yeah, but didn't you guys win the whole thing? Right? You guys won it all. You beat everybody. Yeah. So, I mean, with the Vikings getting rid of Sam Howell, like, again, like I said at the beginning, it's really no surprise to me that they decided to do that because, I mean, that I think the dagger, okay? I think the silver bullet, let us say, for the werewolf with the Minnesota Vikings, I think that was that terrible lob pass. Just he was in trouble, out to nobody. I think it was versus New England. I think it was preseason game number 2. Yeah, I think again that was like the silver bullet for the werewolf with the Minnesota Vikings. And then, I was saying last stream a couple days ago, put Max Brosmer in at number 2. I still do think that Max Brosmer maybe could be number 2 and put Carson Wentz number 3 and just have 3 active quarterbacks on your roster. You're just gonna have to. You put all your chips, okay, into the baby cherub, okay, John boy over there, John. And if it doesn't work out, okay, then you have some other options. So I understand that they probably wanted to bring in some sort of quarterback that has at least some experience playing in an actual NFL game. I understand that. And, he must have some gas in the tank left, but clearly they probably are, this is a backup situation here. All right. And, I would have preferred Case coming back. I think the Bears cut him, or I think he's available. I don't know. That dream's probably dashed right now. Who knows? Maybe not. Never say never, but I don't know. Yeah, he's, I've only seen the little bit of Sam Howell when he was playing preseason for the Vikings. And I don't think he was too bad. I just think he made a lot of not a lot, I shouldn't say that. A couple decisions that's like, meh. And then if you're comparing just the little bit that I have seen between Sam Howell and Max Brosmer, I just think it's evident that Brosmer he definitely seems more poised, more poised back there. Like he can really kind of just see what's going on and read it. He seems a lot more calm, cool, and collected. What I saw, the little bit that I saw and took in from preseason in comparison to Sam Howell. And does a lot of that stem from that throw that was just out in the middle of nowhere? Okay, where are you going, Uncle Rico? With that, we don't know. All right. But I mean, they have to make a decision relatively quickly. And yeah, they did. So, yeah, we'll see. I'll probably have to find some Carson Wentz stuff to watch and see, how he's doing. But, he's upright. He's played a game before in the NFL and able to throw the ball. So there you go. Yeah, you guys won it all. So it's like, well, you beat them because you guys won it all. So cheers again. Even though, I don't like your team, but nothing against you. Oh, Lions Talk by Chat Sports. Thank you for stopping by. What up, Doe? Oh, not much. We're just talking a little Vikings here, talking a little Carson Wentz. Gonna talk a little WNBA. What's up with you? I think the Lions, well, we'll see. I mean, I've always been a little, when the Vikings are out, type of thing. If the Lions are still in, I will still support, but Vikings got to be out first. Archangel Music, how are you? You're so ready for football again? Well, it is here. It is here, basically. All right. So, Carson Wentz on the Vikings. I want to find out, what Carson Wentz, when was the last time he played in a game? Let's look up his stats really quick. Okay, so he had 118 yards last season for Kansas City. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He had a 63.2 completion rate. Okay, that's fine. He's 32. He's going to be turning 33 this season because his birthday is, I think it's in December. Again, I know he's a Capricorn. Maybe he's January. I thought he's a December Capricorn. All right, he was born December 30th, 1992. And funny enough for Carson Wentz too, he's just finishing up his Saturn return, his first Saturn return. So, if he's put in some work, he's been doing the thing, but I don't think he went to any sort of training camp or anything or practices. So that makes me there's a little trepidation there. But in regard to him finishing his Saturn return, he is a Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. If he has been putting in the work, it's like the dues will be paid now, okay? But if he's been slacking, not, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, not putting in the work, not putting in the reps, it might not go so well. Saturn will reward, if you put the effort in and you do something different. And clearly he's been trying, right? He's been trying to stick around. He's been moving around. So we shall see. Maybe Dad, a.k.a. Kevin O'Connell, a.k.a. Robert Redford, Mr. Quarterback Whisperer, we'll see. Okay, we shall see. Maybe we won't see because maybe old John will be great. All right, fingers crossed. But we got to see it. I'll see it. I'll believe it when I see it type of thing. We plan on winning it all this year also, but we will see. Oh, man. Well, good luck to you. Back to back. I mean, I was all for you guys beating Kansas City, though. I'm over that team. I can't stand them. I'm over them, okay? Our fan base is great. Packers and Bears are worse. Do you think that the Vikings are going to be able to beat the Bears pretty easily on Monday night? As a Lions fan yourself, as, just an outsider there. I do think that the Vikings are favored slightly. I did also kind of hear some rumblings that the Bears were playing their starters again, and it maybe is not going Super Bowl over there. Not quite sure. I might have to ask one of my coworkers, actually, to get a little intel. She's a Bears fan, actually. So I might have to do, maybe just ask a couple little questions, maybe talk some football at work. Maybe I'll get a little intel because, one of my coworkers, she's a Bears fan, so I might have to ask. Yep, we love our fellow Capricorns. That's right. Yeah, we will support, definitely. Yes, Capricorns unite, the Goat Club. They don't call us the goats for nothing, right? Yeah, so very good, very good. Let me just scroll down again because I'm still on Carson Wentz's Wikipedia. And, I think a lot of this too, okay, let's not forget about this. I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that Carson Wentz, as far as his personality goes, he's not a known troublemaker. He's probably going to follow the rules. He's probably going to be able to get along with Kevin O'Connell. No problem at all. Midwestern guy. Not saying that Midwestern dudes can't be ass hats too or whatever, but just overall, I mean, I know he's married. I think he's still married. I think he's got at least one child, a couple of kids. He fits into kind of the thing that they're trying to do here. The personality that they're kind of trying to look for. Can we work with this personality too? So I think he also fits the bill there a little bit. I feel like if you kind of, look at him and like put him in a little lineup, like Kevin O'Connell could be the dad of John, and like he could be like the big brother of Carson Wentz, kind of. They all kind of have a little similar vibe there. But yeah, we're gonna have to think of a nickname for Carson Wentz here. So we're gonna have to think of one. This is true, right? Yeah, she's a Bears fan. Yeah, she's from I think she's from like Iowa or like close to like Illinois border, But yeah, it could be worse. She could be a cheesehead. I do have a couple of friends that are cheeseheads. I do, actually. I do, and they are still my friends. So yeah, shout out to my friend Kim. I don't think she's watching, but her significant other is a cheesehead, so she's cheesehead too, and yeah, so it happens, but we still get along. But one of my other friends cheesehead too, just like that. But it's kind of fun, because you get a friend of like a rival team where they're cool to like banter with, back and forth. Like, I'm a Vikings fan. Well, that's unfortunate. You're a cheesehead. Well, that sucks. Okay, type of thing. So I mean, it's cool, right? Little friendly rivalry is never like the worst thing in the world. So yeah, I still trying to scroll down here. It takes me forever. What number does Carson Wentz wear? He wears 11. Is he still wearing 11? With the Colts, he went to number 2. Well, isn't Sam Howell wearing 11? Okay, so let's see. Oh my gosh, he has 3 daughters. Oh my, wow, okay. Yeah, so he's been married since 2018 and he has 3 kids. Okay, 3 daughters. All right, I'm sure that keeps them busy. Let's see. I'm trying to look for anything else here. Yeah, he didn't. Man, the last time he has played a game is, let's see. All right, he did play. Yeah, he did play in 2024. Okay. Yeah, all right. So I was just looking at the postseason first, the stats first. Or Darkness. That's kind of a fun name. Hi. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Won the Super Bowl. Yeah, that first year, in 2017. Yeah. I mean, that wasn't his first year, actually. 2016 was, but 2017. That is highlighted on Wikipedia. So, I mean, let's just hope for the best, like I said. He fits in the kind of personality that the Vikings are looking for, right? And he's still upright, seemingly still able to throw a ball. And he has played an actual multiple games, like regular season games in the NFL, which the Vikings starting quarterback, old John, our little cherub, okay, our angel cherub over there, okay, he has not. Max Brosmer also has not. Okay, so they got somebody, all right? They got him. So we'll take it. And now it is only a matter of time. It is only a matter of time until Adam Thielen also joins. But the thing is, I was very, very convinced. Like, I am still convinced that the Vikings do want Adam Thielen back. Oh, they want to bring him back. Let's just keep adding to it. Let's just keep bringing the favorites back. All right. But I honestly think that they would have announced it by now. I really do. So that makes me think that there might have been troubles in the waters there. Okay. Like Carolina, they might have their claws in a little bit more into Adam Thielen than maybe, I don't know, they were able to work out. I could be wrong, but I will say, like, I mean, with the new moon that happened, that we're in right now, new moon in Virgo, I mean, the next couple of days here, we're still getting that energy of the new moon, new beginnings, things like that. But I will say that I am kind of surprised we haven't heard about it yet. Maybe there's more to come. with that. And as long as I'm talking about Adam Thielen, let me just throw him in old Google and see what the latest is. Let's see. I still think that they're bringing him back here. I do. They want him. He also kind of fits, it's like, all right, all the veteran players, like, hey, did you used to play at Minnesota or are you from here? Okay. Are you also a dad? Come on back. Like that's like Kevin O'Connell is just trying to bring back people that are like him, I mean, I'm just playing a little bit, but it is kind of funny. But I mean, they're a little bit older for NFL players, so obviously, they have a family and stuff like that, so it's not too odd. But all right, let's see here. Let's go to sportsillustrated.com and see what they have to say. Yeah, that's what I saw. He was 11. Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what number he picks, just the numerology. Hi again. Hello. Thanks again for stopping by. Hey, Soda, how's it going? Hey, why not? I was kind of saying that too, like at the beginning of the stream. Next thing we know, like I said, is Marcus Sherrills available? But I mean, honestly, like what is Marcus Sherrills doing? Can he still come back and return punts? I mean, at this point, clearly the Vikings are going all in. They always go all in. They always are. They're never the Minnesota Vikings. I think that's like, if a lot of fans like haven't realized yet, they never ownership, okay? The Wilfs that currently, we got to look at the top here. It's a business, right? I've said this so many times, but they never want to not be in contention. They do not want to ever have like a tanking season to quote unquote like completely rebuild and demolish. They do not want to do that. When have they ever done that? They have never done that. So every year it's so funny to me that like, well, it's our year. I mean, the window's there. It's open. I mean, they're going all in. They always go all in. What the F are you talking about, people? Whoever, these people are. But so it's just kind of funny to me that it's just like after, year after year, it's like, well, I mean, this roster's stacked. I mean, they're willing to go all in. I mean, it's right there. It's like, okay, that's literally what they say every year. Okay. Smoke and mirrors, people. Smoke and mirrors. All right. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be completely, I think Dante might be done and dusted officially, from his career in the NFL. But if he was still upright, able to throw a ball, why not? Bring him on back. And you all know, I already mentioned this too, you all know damn well that I would be elated if Case Keenum would ever return to this team. Damn it. I think that's done now. Unless something happens, unless something falls apart there with this Wentz deal. But I don't think that's going to happen. All right. So let me see here. Like I said, I just went into Google and I put in Adam Thielen. So I landed on Sports Illustrated here. Here's the latest. This is from a couple hours ago. All right. Vikings add more ammunition for potential Adam Thielen trade with the Panthers. I honestly think too that with all of this smoke, there's clearly fire. And now I think, just like intuitively and just business sense wise, like the Panthers, like, you want him? We're going to make you pay. We got the claw in right now. What do we get? Okay. You're offering us a pound of hamburger over there. That's not good enough. Okay. We're hungry. We want something else. Okay. But yeah, let's see what this says. Ah, man. I mean, okay. He was, but I think he's done. Didn't something just recently, Teddy Bridgewater was recently in the news. Again, nice guy. Okay. I do think he had potential, but when the Vikings did finally get rid of Teddy Bridgewater, I really did think it was time. And I mean, but the Vikings and Minnesota is so want to do this that like, bring back anybody that had any sort of affiliation with the team, with like, and that goes for any team. So, but I think Teddy, no. But in regards to this conversation, Teddy, if you can be upright and if you are still throwing a ball, come on back. We'll take you. And, I still feel bad about that. Oh, man, what went down with him. It's just like it was all right there and just a freak accident. Just damn it, right? Damn it. And as an astrologer, I would really be interested to look at Teddy Bridgewater's birth chart of the planetary ongoings that were happening at that time. But I would need his actual, real birth chart to look at that. But he was a good quarterback. He had, it was all right there. It was all right there. Yeah. Yes, I am. I am really glad about that. I mean, yeah, it was hard enough for me when they brought Brett Favre here. I just as a fan, I just wouldn't ever cheer for Brett specifically when he was on the Vikings. I would cheer for the team as a collective, but never just for him. So it was, hard for me as a Vikings fan to see a cheesehead in the purple. But I mean, it was fun, right? So yeah, I mean, but I am kind of glad, and honestly, I think that the reason why that didn't pan out with He Who Shall Not Be Named, okay, Mr. Dark Room Retreat here, okay, Danica Patrick's ex-fiance, I think it probably in the end didn't transpire just because he's not Carson Wentz that's married with 3 daughters, right? He's allegedly married to some Britney woman, right? But he might not show up to training camp if he doesn't want to. He might have to go in the darkness and turn his phone off for 48 hours, stuff like that. So, I mean, I do think that actually was probably one of the biggest deciding factors in him not signing with the Vikings. He Who Shall Not Be Named. All right. Shailene Woodley's ex-boyfriend. All right. So, but yeah. Hey, JJ, happy belated birthday to you. Yeah. Skol, always good to see you. How's it going? Hope you had a great birthday. It's on the 20th. Everybody, JJ's birthday was on the 20th. I remember Brett Favre in There's Something About Mary. Oh, yeah, me too. Actually, he wasn't that bad, actually. I know he had to play himself, but, in regard to athletes acting, I thought he was all right. Yeah, he was in, and then Warren gets really excited, right? Didn't he always, put his helmet on, right? The brother, Warren, didn't he always, put a helmet on? Wasn't that, the whole thing or something like that? Yeah. I know, right? JJ, what do you think about that? What do you think? Yeah, Franks and Beans. Oh, man. And then Ben Stiller's character. And then the dad going up to him. And he's like, was it the Frank or the Beans? Oh, my God, that movie. So crazy. All right. So back to this article over here. This Thielen steam. I mean, and JJ too, I think he just popped on, but I still do think that the Vikings are really, really pushing for Adam Thielen. I think they want him, but I think Carolina's like, we're going to make you pay. Okay. We're going to make you pay. So let's see. This is from an article again, Sports Illustrated about 2 hours ago. I'm just trying to see the latest Adam Thielen steam after this Carson Wentz news. Thielen has been an effective option in Carolina, but they could be interested in a trade due to their depth at the position. Okay. Let's see. Thielen is still an impactful wideout. I like that they boldface it for me. That's nice. Thanks. But the rumor mill hasn't slowed down regarding the potential move. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. What is Jeremy Fowler here on Twitter? Vikings have added draft picks and shed salary. See, they're making space for Thielen. They're making space. They're making room. All right. Vikings have added draft picks and shed salary with recent trades of Harrison Phillips and the werewolf Sam Howell, setting the stage for a receiver deal. Bum, bum, bum. The plot thickens, people. Yes, Adam Thielen is in the mix there. Oh, really? We didn't know. But the Vikings have several lines out on the position league-wide. And here's the thing. What are the other lines out? Where are they? Where'd they cast their polls? I want to know. Because the only thing that I've been hearing about is Adam Thielen. Does anybody else know? I mean, what are these other lines been? I mean, I've heard rumblings about, Amari Cooper, KJ Osborne, those names thrown out there, which I personally would prefer. Okay. And I don't know why they don't listen to me, but I would prefer Amari Cooper or KJ Osborne actually. But apparently you got to be a married dad with multiple children to come back to this team. I'm just kidding. But I mean, that does kind of seem like it's the theme here. Well, it might be tempting for Carolina to add future draft capital. It's hard to see how trading Thielen is the right move when they're doing all they can do to build an offense that helps quarterback Bryce Young succeed. This is true. All right. Well, that's the end of that article. That was kind of nothing. That was really nothing. But I mean, we went there. Like, what else here? What else? What's the latest? What's the latest? Yeah, everything's from like 2 hours ago. Okay. I asked for the latest and they said, here's the latest. Let's see. This is from Panthers Wire. Is this the same guy? Oh, this is more recent. Okay. Oh my gosh. Adam Thielen looks like Jared Allen here. Whoa, that was weird. Did you guys see that before the commercial started? Adam Schefter. Okay, this is around the same time. I don't think there's anything new. I think this is all still old. The Minnesota Vikings were notably and perhaps suspiciously busy on Sunday morning, making a few adjustments to their quarterback room. They began by trading away backup Sam Howell, blah, blah, blah. We already know about that. What's the newest? What's the latest? Panthers head coach Dave Canales, I don't think I said that right, was asked about the rumors regarding Thielen on Friday afternoon. That was 2 days ago. Honestly, I'm letting Dan kind of handle all that right now. I'm focused on our team, our football, and Adam's a part of that. The plans, the plays, just all those things. It's just stuff that we're just focused on right now. Oh, blah, blah. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Blah-de, blah-de, blah. All right. The greatest football game I've ever seen was when the Vikings played the Bills a few years ago, and the Bills fumbled on the 1-yard line, and the Vikings got the ball and scored a touchdown. Oh, man, I do remember that. Yeah, when was that? I should look it up. Oh, my God, Mark, what? Oh, my God, Mark, that is so nice. Thank you so much. What? Oh, my God, you are way too kind. Hi, Jade. I was sitting here bored to death doing my 34-hour timeout on the road. Thanks for brightening my day. That is so sweet. Thank you. Thanks for being here. That is so kind and generous. Oh, my gosh, you didn't have to do that. That is so nice. Thank you. Thank you so much. Round of applause for you. Oh, my gosh, that's so kind of you. You are very welcome. Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Hope things are going well. And a 34-hour break. Yeah, I suppose you have to take time off, right? Have you seen any cryptids, anything crazy or weird recently on the road that you can tell us? But that is so kind of you. Thank you so much for supporting. That is so nice. Thank you. I'm going to use that to support my Canva subscription. So thank you so much for the channel. So thank you. I really appreciate that. That is so nice. Oh my God, that is so funny. Yeah. Mars attacks, but in a good way. That's hilarious. Oh man, I loved that movie. I haven't watched it in many years as a kid, but it also freaked me out. Like I thought it was creepy and weird, but I also liked it. Yeah. But yeah, thanks again, Mark. Yeah, that is so kind of you. Thank you. You're very welcome. It's always good to see you. That is so kind and generous of you. Thank you. Mars attacks. That is really accurate, actually. Mars attacks. I should find something. Oh my God. I'd probably get in trouble for playing a clip from Mars Attacks on here. But I should find it. Oh, okay. There you go. JJ knows. In 2022, I have to think about it a little bit. The greatest football game I've ever seen. Yeah, a few years ago, the Bills fumbled on the 1 yard. JJ, do you remember who scored the touchdown for us? I mean, he's the analyst here. I mean, he's the analyst and the host, and he does it all. He knows more than me. All right. Greatest game I've ever seen. All right. Yeah, it was good. I mean, and when the Vikings can beat the Bills, too, very exciting. Let's see. Which game was better, Vikings, Bills, or... That's hard because Colts, Viking, I mean, that's like historic, right? I don't know. I just think it's more exciting to beat Buffalo. I don't know, but... I thought they were both pretty good. Let's see. Let me see here. Oh my god. Ah! Mars Attacks. Oh man, that grandma. I liked her. She just wanted to listen to her music, you know? The grandma in Mars Attacks. Oh yeah, here they are. Oh, it really freaked me out. This movie freaked me out, but I loved it at the same time. Okay. I mean, look at them. Look at them. And then they made that little weird noise. That just creeps me out a little bit. Yeah. I think too the fact that they had these. All right, but seriously, again, I liked this movie as a kid, but it freaked me the hell out. Okay. And there's so many people like Natalie Portman, Glenn Close, Jack Nicholson. I mean, who else is in this movie? It's like everybody. It's like the gambit here of everything. All right. I think yeah, they came back by like what was it? Was it 44 points or something like that? JJ will know. I gotta rely on JJ. Oh, thank you, Eric Kendricks. Man, I always liked him on the Vikings, and I was so bummed that that Zimmer and like Eric Kendricks, especially like their relationship was like kind of went sour at the end there. That was a bummer. It was 33. Okay, and lost in week 16. Yeah, it was 33. I thought it was 44, but 33. Wasn't there some sort of weren't the Vikings down at some point like 44? Maybe it was 33. All right. I'd still pick Vikings versus Bills because it was so many ups and downs and the drama. Yeah. Believe it or not, you've never seen that movie. It was from 1996. All right. I would watch it again. I think it's Tim Burton that directed it. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it in many years, but I watched it a lot as a kid. So yeah, if you're, you're into it, into a little kind of kooky Tim Burton kind of, type of thing, check it out. Yeah, you should. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's like campy, the little, there's some good moments. I had to Google Mars Attacks. You never heard of it? Yeah, Mark, you should check it out. If you're able to, if it's on like YouTube or something. But yeah, if it's available, might be able to watch it. I still have the still up and of the spacecraft, and I mean, it's probably pretty accurate. Of like, I don't know. I mean, I've seen a couple of these things zooming around in the sky before. I mean, it didn't have the legs out, but just this, like the stereotypical, like what you think of a flying saucer. I saw one in Denver when I was out there. It was like zooming through the clouds. And then I saw one here in Minneapolis like last summer. I shared the video briefly. I spent too long staring at it. And then by the time I got my phone out, I only got it for like 2 seconds, but yeah. Yes. I liked Eric Kendricks a lot. I don't think he's still playing in the league, right? Yeah. I always liked him. I always enjoyed. And, like Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith, like that whole like core there. Yeah. You were 19. I was, I'm not going to say how old I was, but I was a young child. I was young. I had not reached double digits yet. Let's just say that. But my favorite is when the Martian dressing up as a woman. Oh yeah, her with the large hair. Yeah, and then she seduces like somebody in the movie. But yeah, her. Yep, she was chewing gum too. That one. Yeah, she was chewing gum. Well, here she is. I found another clip. Yeah. Does she seduce? Is it Martin Short? They're probably gonna get mad at me that I'm playing these clips. I'm probably gonna eventually have to edit this out of the stream, but yeah, here she is. Her. She's like a Stepford wife bot kind of thing. Yeah, she was always like gliding and chewing gum. but I think she was gliding because she's got, yeah, she's very pretty. Very pretty. Right? No, you were not in the history books yet. Yeah, right. That's so funny. Okay. All right. Mars attacks. That's hilarious. Mars did attack though. Thanks again, Mars. That is so kind and generous. Alrighty. I'm gonna pull up the links chart here for tonight and go through it and make a prediction on who's gonna win that game. They're playing the Fever again tonight. So I did do Planetary pregame for the Lynx. The other, what was it? Was it Friday we were on here? Yeah, it was Friday. So I did pull up that chart and I did make the prediction on Friday. I had let's see, I had the Lynx winning. Let's see. I didn't do score though, but I did have the Lynx winning the other night versus the Fever. So I don't like that I switched sides now because it makes it look like I'm not looking at it. Let me try to fix that again. Sorry, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. All right, there we go. Oh, nice. All right, we're back. The Flying Saucer reminded me of a handful of movies I watched in my lifetime. It was called The Day the Earth Stood Still. I have heard of that, but I have never watched it. And here's the thing. I mean, I am a firm believer that they put all of these things in like movies and stuff. It's like a soft launch. It's like, so inevitably one day when we see all these things that are existing, like I firmly believe like whoever, this is just for fun too, YouTube. All right. This is for fun, entertainment, all that good stuff. This is not serious conversation, entertainment only. But I am a firm believer, like what they put in like movies and stuff, it's like, it's like spoon feeding. Like here, like the back engineering, like the time travel, like all of those things I fully believe are real, have been happening for a long time, are already existent. Like the Star Trek, like the disappearing, and then like the teleportation. Yes, they've been doing that. I firmly believe that. All right, again, for entertainment only. But yeah. And, I've just seen things, with my own eyes that I'm like, that's not a plane. It's not a bird. Like I can see that's a disc. That's a cylinder over there. Okay. All right. But, yeah. So anyways, I should check that out though. And then I just looked at the time that I'd been streaming it. It's 44:44. So, all right. Anyway. And, yeah, so like all this stuff, and like you got to look for the symbols, right? Like everything is like symbolic. Everything is symbolic. Okay. Trying to think of like a really good example. I don't know. You guys get what I mean though. I mean, there's like I was listening to this thing and they were talking about the seal of Minnesota and the symbolism just within the seal of the state itself, that everything in the seal means something, like position, the way that the star is for like the seal of Minnesota, like where it is, like it all means something. It's all symbolic for stuff, right? But anyways, so that's where we go beyond here. All right. So this is the chart for tonight. Like I said, the game is slated for 6 p.m. Central. Tip-off in Minneapolis tonight. Lynx FIBA. The Lynx are first in the WNBA. I think, what are they? 26 and they're 29-7. The Fever are 19-17. So yeah, go Lynx. And the Fever and the Lynx just played the other night. They were playing in Indiana. And again, I did have the Lynx winning. They did end up coming back and winning by 5, I think was the final score. I don't think I wrote it down. I think it was 95-90. But again, I didn't do a score, but I did have the Lynx winning that one. So I'm going to do for tonight too. For tonight, I'm going to start with the Lynx just because they're the home team. So I'm going to look at which planets or the sun or the moon. I'm going to look at what rules each team. If you've never seen this before, if this is like your first time I'm doing this, I look at the planetary ruler for each team. I look at what the moon is doing because she's the co-ruler of every chart. And then I also look at the houses number 5 and 10 in astrology for each team. House 5 is where you can find games, sports, recreation. House number 10 is your public image and your career, kind of like your longevity. So I'm going to start with the Lynx. Lynx are represented by the sign of Cancer tonight. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the Lynx are going to be the moon, actually. So the moon is the co-ruler of the chart, and the moon is also the ruler of the Minnesota Lynx tonight. For the Lynx, they also have all of these planets in their first house. The first house is your physical self. So this is like the Lynx team. All the ladies, the players, this is them. They're ruled by the moon, but then they also have co-rulers, Venus, Mercury, and the sun, which is like, whoa, okay. They have Venus, one of the benefic planets, supporting them. They have both luminaries, the sun and the moon. We're just coming off of the new moon in Virgo. Still kind of feeling that energy. And then they got Mercury, the communication planet, in their first house. So the Lynx have a lot of extra support today. Okay. And just going over now to the Fever, I don't think Caitlin Clark is slated to play. I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to double check, but I don't think so. And for the Lynx, I don't think Nafisa Collier is going to be playing either. Yeah, so, I mean, Caitlin Clark has been out for quite some time. She's missed 14 games. Let's see. She was part of shoot around, I guess, today. Yeah, she's going to be out tonight. All right, so, alrighty. Now, for the Fever, they're going to be represented by Capricorn. So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. So the Fever, they're going to be represented by Saturn. So Saturn is at 0 degrees, which is like a very potent, it's the very beginning, of a sign. A zodiac sign is 0 to 30 degrees. So 0 degrees is the very, very, very infancy, very, very beginning, very potent start of a sign. So Saturn is in Aries right now. Saturn is also retrograde. So Saturn is moving backwards, how Saturn normally moves. Saturn is normally moving one way, or when planets are moving normally, right? They're moving forward. When they go retrograde, they slow down, they stop, and then the planet moves back the other way. So it changes kind of the energy of the planet a little bit. So, and Saturn is the planet of slowness, okay? It's struggles, trials, tribulations. It's like your feet in the mud. You kind of just have to keep moving, and it might get thicker. It might start to pull you down again, but you got to just try to keep trudging, okay? With Saturn, it's kind of a trudge, all right? Because Saturn is the greater malefic planet in astrology. So just from like the rulership, and also not to mention that for Indiana, they also have Pluto as a co-ruler for them tonight. Pluto is also retrograde at 1 degree in Aquarius. And then they also have the part of fortune, which is an Arabic lot, the circle with the X in it. They also have that in their first house. So they do have extra support too. So let's look and see what the moon is doing, because the moon is the co-ruler. So I'm going to look and see what her next aspect is going to be, or her next line of communication is going to be. So the moon, she's at 22 degrees of Virgo. The moon's next line of communication is going to be a sextile to Venus at 29 degrees of Cancer. I'm just going to double check that comes into fruition before Venus moves, because Venus is very soon going to be moving into Leo, actually. Let's see. Just making sure. Otherwise, we can't count it. All right. Yep. Alrighty. I've never forgotten the resemblance between Carson Wentz. Oh my gosh, JJ, I think maybe you just came up with our nickname for Carson Wentz. That's perfect. I love it. I got to write it down. But yeah, they definitely look alike, don't they? Yeah, that's a good one. I got to write that down. Because, yeah, I have to think of I like it. Prince Harry, he does look like Prince Harry, definitely. They look like they could be twins. Um, that could be his nickname, Harry. Thanks, JJ. That's awesome. I like that. I might use it as a nickname. And it's very true. They look very similar. Yeah, like I think, well, yeah. I was gonna say I think Carson Wentz maybe has more like thicker hair than Ari does, but yeah, they're very similar. I mean, I personally think that they're both very, very cute. Both very cute. But that's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah, they definitely look like they could be doppelgangers or twins. Alrighty. So the moon. So the next line of communication, like I was saying, that the moon is going to make is a sextile, which is good communication, which is two planets 60 degrees apart. It's very easy. It's very supportive. Planets like it. So the moon, that is the Lynx tonight. The next line of communication the moon is going to be doing is a sextile, like I said, to Venus. And Venus is also a co-ruler for the Lynx tonight. So right there, I do find that to be supportive. And a thing that I don't necessarily find supportive or like for the fever is that the moon is in a very loose, so it's not like super, super strong and super, super powerful, but the moon is very, very close to opposing Saturn, which is the fever. So the moon, kind of, you see this like thin red dotted line here, the moon is working towards opposing Saturn. So I don't like that for the fever too much. That might be a little struggle there for him. Jade met Ragnar. I did. Yeah. That picture came up in my memories recently. If like your phone will show you like little memories or little like pictures or whatever. Yeah, that popped up recently. I think it was it was a long time ago. It was at one of the games that the Vikings were playing at TCF Stadium, or I think it's a different name now, at the Gophers Stadium, because we were tailgating in like the Gopher lot over there, and it was like, I think it was TCF at the time. But yeah, so that was during one of the seasons where they were building US Bank Stadium. So that's how long ago that was. But bring Ragnar back. I loved it. My favorite was when Ragnar, it was usually during like the third or fourth quarter, he would join the cheerleaders on the field. So funny. Loved it every time. Like if he wanted 20K or whatever, fine, pay him. Like the Vikings, you have more than like 20K to be able to pay a very good mascot that literally looks like a Viking, that is a real dude, that is willing and able to participate. I thought that was stupid. But yeah, I loved him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, the moon rules the sign of Cancer. Yep. The moon rules Cancer, and the sun rules the sign of Leo. So the sun and the moon, the luminaries rule Leo and Cancer, and all of the other zodiac signs are ruled by a planet. So, alrighty. Now I'm gonna go back to the Lynx over here. Their fifth house of how they play their game today for the Minnesota Lynx. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Their fifth house lands in the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So, how the Lynx play their game tonight, ruled by Jupiter. One thing that I don't like is the fact that Jupiter, now it is in the sign of Cancer. Jupiter is the greater benefic planet. So the Lynx, they have their game being ruled by the greater benefic, and then the lesser benefic, Venus, is also co-ruling and co-supporting the Lynx tonight. So when the two benefics, I have seen in the past, when the two benefics are supporting one team over the other, it's very hard for me to choose against that team. I think actually that was just what was happening. I think when it was Vikings, New England, I think New England had the support of Venus and Jupiter. It was one of the preseason games that the Vikings played. The opposer had Venus and Jupiter. supporting, and it's just really hard to choose against that when both benefics are supporting one team. But for the Lynx, what I don't, and Jupiter in Cancer is what's called exalted there. So Jupiter feels so comfortable in the sign of Cancer, likes it, loves it, feels right at home in the home sign of Cancer. But Jupiter is in the 12th house currently at 6 p.m. for the Lynx. The 12th house is what's hidden away from you. It can also include like hidden enemies. So I kind of read that a little worrisome. Like, are the Lynx maybe just kind of going to be a little bit off their game today, where not all cylinders are going to be a go because Jupiter's hidden away? Now, if tip-off maybe starts a little later, Jupiter might, I was going to say go into their first house. Now, since Jupiter is at 16 degrees of Cancer and the Lynx first house of themselves as a team starts at 19 degrees, Jupiter is really, really close to being in there. So really, really close. So it might be, a little bit, I don't want to say like the Lynx are going to be off their game, but just like something, it's like a little hidden away, like maybe one part of their game just not completely, like I was saying, like on all cylinders or something like that. But Jupiter is so close that we might still be able to consider it. That's going to be something that I'm going to look back to after the game is over when I check my notes. Because I always, at the end, you can always go back and check the chart again and see what I got or what I missed. So yes, Ragnar would dance with the cheerleaders. Yes. I wonder if there's anything on YouTube available. I wonder in my digital camera. I don't think I recorded any of that either, because I still have my like digital camera from like back in the day. And that's how I took the picture with Ragnar. Was it on a phone? I'm trying to think if at any point when I would go to a game, if I recorded any of that. I don't think I did. But yeah, it was so funny. And it was just funny because you could tell he was just like, he was trying and he was like shaking it, but obviously he wasn't going to be able to keep up with them. But he had his whole attitude. He would like take his pom-poms and be like, and like do the steps. It was hilarious. I always looked forward to that when he was the mascot when I went to games. Like, that was one of the favorite parts of the game. Like, all right, when's Ragnar going to come out and dance with cheerleaders? And again, it was usually like third, fourth quarter. But yeah, it was hilarious. I loved it. Bring back Ragnar, damn it. And get rid of that one dude. The one mascot for the Vikings reminds me of Split from the Savannah Bananas, and I find them to be both creepy, and I don't like them. What's his freaking name? I don't even know him. I don't like him. He's like the Viking guy, but he's like the cartoon. Why can't I think of his name right now? Because I don't like him. That's why. Somebody's gonna tell me. Somebody tell me here. You guys will tell me. Okay, the mascot that the Vikings have now. Oh man, I just had it. Part of me wants to think of it before I look and see. I don't know. I can't remember. Somebody's gonna tell me though. Alrighty. So I'm going to finish up here for the Lynx, and then I'm going to go over and, do a little deeper analysis I just had the name again. Is it with an S? I think somebody just put it in there. I'm not looking right now though. It's bothering me that I can't remember. God, what is it? I just was about to say like Hank. That's not right. I just had it. Yeah. Not Skippy. I just had it again. Not Nordy. That's the Wilds mascot. No, not him. Not Goldie. That's the Gophers. Not Crunch. No, not him. Oh, Harris Haggard. I need to just look. Okay. It's because he's a loser and nobody likes him. That's why I can't think of it. God. I'm just gonna look. Yeah, him. Yep, that's it. Victor. That's the one. The creepy one. The creepy one. Yes, that's the one. Thank you, Archangel Music. Thank you. Yes, it's Victor was the one I'm thinking of. He's a total creep. Okay, he's a total creep. Get rid of him. Bring back Ragnar. Okay, all right. Then they could actually probably, you know, when you think about it, it could actually money wise maybe even out, because not only do you have to pay the person that's playing Victor, you also have to pay the little followers that have to follow him and lead him around, because he probably can't see where he's going. So get rid of Victor, bring back Ragnar, and that's it. That's another thing that I'm going to push for. I'm going to push for that over here, okay? Because they listen. They do. I went over that the last stream with like things that I had said and then heard them verbatim elsewhere. What else did they just say recently too? Where I'm like, who's listening in? And just say hi every once in a while, okay? I know they listen. They always do. They listen to everybody's little, they're on all sorts of YouTube channels, all right? God, what was it? It was just today. I heard something and I'm like, that sounds like something I just said. It doesn't matter. Clearly not super important. No, he's a creep. I don't like him. No. But I will preface this, people. Some of you already know this because I have shared this before. When I was a kid, I was like, when I say that I was like deathly afraid of, like, my fear of mascots, the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, sports mascots, all of it, clowns. I had a fear. Kids have fears. My fear was like times 1,000. Okay. So as an adult, I still don't, it's still like, who's behind that mask? Who's under the clown makeup? Who's under there? I can't see you. I can't see your face. I don't know who you are. Right. Even as an adult, I'm a little, Santa Claus. Santa used to be one of the main ones that freaked me out. Easter Bunny, leprechauns. Okay. As a kid. But Santa, it's okay now, because with Santa, you can at least like see his face, right? But even now as an adult, I'm a little weary of the mascots, okay? I'm a little weary of them. So that's where that kind of stems from, but I also just think I don't like them. I don't like him because I was a fan of Ragnar too. So I know a lot of people like him, whatever, he does his thing. But me personally, I will like, when I see him at games and stuff in the past, I just keep my distance, right? I'm not going up and making fun or anything like that. No. But I'm keeping my distance. Okay. I'm keeping my distance. That's all. Yeah. Is Archangel a YouTube channel or just your name? Channel. Nice. See? Yeah, you were scared of clowns too when you were little. Yes, they're scared. And I will say the clowns, I still like, I don't like any of them really. They all still are just like, nee. The mascot's a little bit different now, again, as an adult, just because the majority of mascots, like, they need the little helper leader, right? So they're not, a little bit less like they could come and get you and run and, clowns are like, woo, 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 like, step off, clown, bugger off, like, get out of here, okay? And like that clown from Uncle Buck, no, thank you, see you later, you creepanoid, like, get out of here. No wonder Uncle Buck said so long, see you later. All right. Do you have angelic music on there? That's what I would have thought too. You look for it and couldn't find it. Yeah, what's on your channel? I should go check it out too. What's on there? What do you post on there? Yeah, thank you. Exactly, JJ. That's funny. Yes, clowns are a hell no. Yeah, you're calling, exactly. Call Jesus, call God, whatever. Pray to your God or whatever you pray to. Please help me. Yes, exactly. Ugh. Neat. At my old work, they, in the lobby, because the Golden Arches, one of their customers, right? That's fine. But in the main lobby at my old job, they had, it's probably still there, like a Ronald McDonald, like sitting there, like on a bench, like how they have, like, you'll see like out and about. I don't know if they still have them. They probably do, like benches with Ronald McDonald sitting there. You can sit next to him. No. Step off me. He's a creep. He's like one of the creepiest of them all. But then oddly enough too, when I was young, I used to watch Barney a little bit, but he was also kind of a creep too, you know? So go figure. Yeah, exactly. Call all of them. Put the bat signal out. I support that. Call Ragnar. Come help. Yeah. Call the dogs. I do too. You should have seen the toast. I couldn't even fit it through the door. Yeah, Uncle Buck's solid movie. Mm. Oh, you do? You post Disney music videos that you make. Oh. Oh, but you don't use Disney music. That's interesting. I'll have to stop by and check that out. All right, cool. I don't have like any like I'm really bad at like editing like videos and stuff. That's why I tend to do more like live stuff. Just because I'm really bad at like editing and stuff. But if anybody like knows like is there like an app or like anything like easy and free to do like really simple like editing that you guys know, let me know. So back to this chart here, like I keep saying, but that's okay. We go all over. It's cool. For the Lynx, again, their fifth house, how they play their game today, ruled by the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter is in a sign that it flourishes in. It is very close to being on the ascendant, again, right in helping the team, but it's kind of it's starting to hide away a little bit. So the Lynx, it might be a close game. Like the Fever in the game on Friday, they had the lead pretty much the entire first half, and it wasn't until like the third quarter where the Lynx kind of, or the end of the second quarter after halftime that like the Lynx kind of really took off and took it away. But you know, the Lynx ended up only winning by 5. But the Fever kind of had the lead the entire game, so maybe something similar to that. And then for the Lynx tonight, their 10th house of how they show out to the public, their career tonight lands in the sign of Taurus right over here. You'll also see that Uranus is in the Lynx 10th house. So Taurus is ruled by Venus. So all eyes on the Lynx tonight because Venus is in the Lynx first house already. It is co-supporting them. So I do think that the game probably will be sold out, probably be a packed house. So much support for the Lynx. They're doing great. They're first in the WNBA. The Target Center has been rocking. It's been popping. I do think that will be, again, the theme for tonight. Now, for the Lynx, with Uranus in the mix here, Uranus is unstable energy. It's very unpredictable. Now, with it in the Lynx 10th house, could see something a little bit, off kilter. Maybe, I'm trying to think. Maybe some sort of, because Uranus is in the sign of Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is also co-ruling the Lynx tonight. Maybe in regard to some sort of like weird communication, or maybe since Uranus is in the Lynx 10th house of their career, how they show it to the public today, it's in a sign ruled by Mercury, our communication planet, and also Uranus is supporting, is giving Saturn support. It's also giving Pluto support. So it could be something like maybe a little bit more like trash talking from the Lynx, or maybe like digging deep, given like some sort of like, like deep dig or something to the Fever, something in the realm there. Just because again, Uranus is unpredictable, or just something, maybe some sort of like flashy play that we don't see every day, that maybe will be broadcast, on like ESPN or something like that. So you hated Barney? Yeah, he definitely was hateable too. You are really good at video editing? Nice. I'm gonna write that down. Thank you. Video pad. Okay. I film, like if I do film a video, I haven't in a while, but I had been using OBS, like Studio. So there's not a lot of like editing in there, but I film in there. But okay, thank you for that though. I will check it out. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's great. I saw my my grandma yesterday, and I literally just was like, you look like an angel. She is an angel though. Like the sweetest person. That's amazing. I've heard stories too about like angels showing up for people. Yeah, that's so cool. Mark, you have all like the good stories. So I'm glad that the angel showed up for you and glad you're still here. That's amazing. If you want to share any more details, by all means, feel free. But if you don't, definitely no pressure. So for the Lynx, again, they have the sun supporting them, which is very, very powerful. They have Mercury supporting them, and they have Venus. Now, let's go over to the fever here. So again, the fever, they're ruled by Saturn today. Saturn at 0 degrees of Aries. Saturn also retrograde. So for the fever, their 5th house, how they play their game today, is ruled by Mercury, because their 5th house lands in the sign of Gemini. So if we look, where is Mercury? Where is the Indiana Fever's game today? It's in the Lynx 1st house, right here. So that also leads me to believe, well, okay, the whole entire gameplay, like the Lynx might just completely be able to take this over to have like Indiana Fever. You're going to try to do X, Y, Z. No, actually we got you figured out there. So that could definitely be a challenge for Indiana tonight. And also what I find to be a little interesting, a little auspicious or suspicious, I guess I should say, not auspicious, suspicious, is for the fever, their 10th house of their career for tonight, how they show out to the public tonight is ruled by Scorpio. Now, Scorpio, the traditional ruler of Scorpio is Mars. We got a lot of Mars chatter today here. So is Mars. And then the modern day ruler for Pluto, or for Scorpio, is Pluto. Now, another thing though that caught my eye right away for the fever tonight is they have Black Moon Lilith right here. This half moon, this crescent moon symbol. It's kind of small here. I'll try to blow it up a little bit. But yeah, so this is Black Moon Lilith here. And she's like kind of known as the other wife of Adam. The Black Moon Lilith, where you have in your chart, it's kind of lusty energy is kind of maybe the easiest way to explain it. I mean, we all have Black Moon Lilith somewhere in our charts. So depending on where you have it, again, it's kind of this lusty, mysterious energy, right? And if you think about, Lilith, the other wife of Adam, all right? So Eve was there. All right, you already got Eve. Well, Lilith caught his eye. And where did he go venture over there? Okay, so it's like this seductive kind of energy. We also just had a black moon too. And a black moon is when there's 2 new moons within a month. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. So we just had the new moon in Virgo. So the Indiana Fever have this dark moon, black moon Lilith energy right on their career, right on their midpoint tonight. Okay. So that could be, some challenging energy for them. Let's see here. For Indiana, we were going to look at Mars and Pluto because, again, Mars is the main ruler of Indiana's career tonight. Now, Mars is in Libra. Mars does not feel comfortable in the sign of Libra. It's in its detriment there because it naturally rules Aries, the sign opposite of it, and it also rules Scorpio. But Mars, so the career for the fever tonight, things are going to probably be unbalanced. Mars is also not supporting, not doing anything with Saturn, the fever themselves. Also, Mars is too far away. I mean, Mars and Pluto is a co-ruler of the fever tonight. Pluto is also the co-ruler of the fever's career tonight. Mars is a little too far away for them to be in a trine. A trine is the best line of communication that 2 planets can have with one another. It's very supportive. It's the best. It's like all green, good flag. Green flags are up here. But Mars in the sign, of its detriment, not feeling comfortable there. Fever are dealing with Black Moon Lilith on their ascendant. Pluto, again, is the co-ruler for them, Pluto is the sign of kind of death and destruction. It will kind of clear everything away that is not working for you, but that can be a lot to deal with. And then Pluto, I will say though, for the fever, is supporting Saturn. So for the fever, like if I were their astrologer, I would really tell them to focus heavily on like their senior players, their veteran players that have been on the team, that have been in the league for a long, long time, like the tried and true go-to players. Like focus on them. Focus your energy there. Try to not lose your line of communication. That is very, very important. Again, because Mercury, the planet of communication, rules the fever's 5th house of how they play their game today, and they're dealing with Mercury being in the Lynx 1st house. So right there, I don't like that. Okay, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I definitely, I know how that goes. I know how that goes. I only have one left, and she does not have much time left at all. So that's kind of why I've been checking my phone, just to be out and honest with you guys. And if you were on the stream the other night, that's why I thought that I maybe had to take a phone call. But yeah, so it's too bad. That's too bad, and especially losing them so young. I, like, my grandparents were like my best friends. So I definitely know how that goes. And I only have one left, and she, not too long, anytime now. So, but everybody has their time, and that's just life. So, but that's too bad. Yeah. Are you rooting for the Lynx or the Fever? Oh, you're a Clark fan? I mean, I'm a Minnesota Lynx fan. I'm a Minnesota girl, so I just have the affinity for the Lynx. I do like Caitlin Clark. I mean, I think obviously she's an amazing player, and just done so much for the WNBA. So I think that is absolutely great. But yeah, I'm going to be rooting for the Lynx tonight. I'm definitely a Lynx fan, so yeah, I'll be rooting there. But when I do the astrology, I can't. I have to put the fandom to the side. I have to stay objective, because that, if you let the feelings, if you let the fandom get in there, that's going to mess up the reading. And it's happened to me before. So I have to just stay objective when I do the chart reading. So let's see here. Pluto, I already talked about that. And I will say too, like, Uranus, the planet of like upheaval and surprises, is also supporting Pluto. It is also supporting Saturn. But I really think that for the fever, with them being ruled by Saturn, even though they do have the support of Pluto, of Uranus, so with Pluto supporting, I would say you got to dig deep. You really got to dig deep there. With Uranus supporting, do something. This is for the fever now. If I was their astrologer, do something unexpected. Do something that you maybe have never done before. Run a play you have never done before. Try to do those things. Try to catch the Lynx sleeping. Try to do all of those things and keep your hooves in the ground. Do it. Just kind of, you got to grind until the very end. Like, that would be the advice that I would give, again, if I was their astrologer. Yeah, I am. Yeah. That, William, that's just so hard. I'm so sorry about that. I mean, loss is just so hard in general. I don't know what that loss is like specifically, but grief and loss and losing people that are so close to you, it's extremely challenging. Yeah. And me specifically too, within the last like 10 months, I have lost multiple people that are super close to me. So I totally get it. Yeah, it's really hard. And your parents too, and oh man, that's tough. But I am a believer in the afterlife, that they are still around and still there, just in a different form. That's what I believe. And that they are still there supporting, watching, and that we are never alone. They're always there. Like, time, like, I believe, like, on the other side, like, is not linear. It is not like how we think of it, like, at all. So, like, years for us could be a second over there, or, like, I just, so that's what I believe. And that's what, gives me, like, I guess, like, comfort and, like, knowing that. or believing that, but teach their own. You got to believe what you believe. Some people maybe believe like that's it, one and done, like you're done, right? But yeah. I click on your name and go to your channel, but can't do it on live stream, Archangel. Oh, well, we'll have to check it out later. Yeah, maybe I'll try to send it to you, Mark, too. I could send you the link. Yeah. And sometimes I feel like, you really got to clickety clack and find stuff that should just be like right there. But it's not. Okay. Oh, all right, Archangel, I think you just put your channel in there. Okay. I am going to pop off here in about like 10 minutes or so. I'm going to finish this prediction though, but it's been really fun talking with everybody. I like talking with you guys because I'm going to go play pickleball. So that's what I'm doing. So that's kind of, I got like my pickleball gear, I guess my sports stuff on. I got my sporty athletic wear shirt on today and my pants. And then I bought new athletic shoes because my other ones were actually literally falling apart. And I ordered them a half size too big, but I'm going to keep them anyway. So I'm going to try out my new shoes today. I very much needed them. I feel like, speaking of clowns, I feel like they're a little clown shoey because they're like a half a size too big. I should have ordered the smaller, but what do you do? But I'm going to keep them anyway. But I am going to pop off here shortly because I'm going to go play pickleball. I haven't played pickleball since I was telling you guys that I entered that tournament like a month ago. And it was like my third time playing doubles pickleball ever. And yeah, it was fun. So anyway, I'm doing that in a little bit. So we'll see how rusty I am after not playing for like a month. Okay. Yes, it is. Okay, it's in a comment. Perfect. Very good. Thank you. Yes, Mark, we'll have to go check it out. Alrighty. So back to the chart over here. Let's see. Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, not doing anything. I am going to pick the Lynx to win today. I'm just trying to think of the points. Let's see. Another thing that I look at sometimes is, so I mainly look at the 5th and the 10th house and the moon. We already kind of went over that. But other things I will look at the part of fortune too. So the part of fortune is supporting the fever more than the Lynx, but the part of fortune is usually what I look to, like when I can't decide, like when there's an equal amount of like yeses and nos for each team, or really like I don't see like a sway either way. I will kind of look to the part of fortune more then. But that is supporting the fever. I just feel like the Lynx have more support tonight. The Lynx themselves, they are ruled by the moon. We just had a new moon, which is when the sun and the moon come together. So the Lynx, they are themselves ruled by the moon. They also have the co-support of the sun. The moon, the next line of communication that the moon is going to make is with Venus. And Venus is also a co-ruler for the Lynx tonight. Venus does rule the Lynx 10th house of their career. For the Lynx, though, again, a little bit of worrisome energy is that Jupiter, the planet that rules the Lynx 5th house of their game, is kind of hidden away from them a little bit here. And the moon is still kind of loosely supporting Jupiter, but moving away. So it could be kind of maybe similar to the Friday, where maybe it's a little bit more close and the Lynx don't completely like dominate, so to speak, or maybe it's a little bit more back and forth. And I would say if the fever can really like grind it out and keep their feet in the ground and keep pushing here, that they do have an opportunity to, keep the game close, potentially even win. This is just kind of my prediction, obviously what I think is going to happen. But I just think that the Lynx have more support, again, with the moon co-ruling all charts and also ruling the Lynx tonight. Moon, the next line of communication, going to be supporting the lesser benefic, but one of the benefics, Venus. Venus in the Lynx first house co-supporting them. The Lynx also have Venus supporting their 10th house. And, you know, with the fever, them being ruled by Saturn, that can be a little slow, a little bit tough to kind of get going. And then they have Pluto co-supporting them. It's kind of death, destruction here, you know, and both those planets retrograde, kind of behaving in ways that they don't normally behave. However, they're supporting one another. So again, if the fever can dig deep, can do something a little bit different with Uranus also supporting, they could potentially win here. But they also are dealing with the Black Moon Lilith right on their ascendant. That energy can be a little tough. Mars, the planet that rules the fever's 10th house of how they show out tonight, is in its detriment in Libra. So I am going to pick the Lynx to win. I'm going to pick the Lynx to win by about 7 points. I'm going to say Lynx by 7. And I say that because the moon is at 22 degrees. And again, next line of communication, the moon is going to make, and the moon again is representing the Lynx tonight, is with Venus. Venus is at 29 degrees, a very potent degree as well, because it's the last degree before the planet moves into the next sign. 29 minus 22 is 7. So I would say, if I had to do a range, I would say the Lynx win by 1 to 7 points tonight. So that's what I'll go with there. So anyway, all right. I'm going to write that down too before I forget. Next to Video Pad app. All right. I got to write it down before I forget. All right. Okay. All right, everybody. Cool. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. Alrighty. Pickleball, ping pong without a table. Yeah, I guess my hair's getting all over the place. I gotta go. I think I might braid my hair too. I guess there's a really good pickleball player who used to, I don't know if she was like an Olympic in table tennis, but yeah, so it's very transferable. One of my friends plays pickleball too, and he's quite good because he was really good at tennis. Like really, really good at tennis. Like I never played tennis or anything like that. So, you know, but yeah, I always thought ping pong was fun though too. I'd like to try pickleball one day. If I'm ever in Minnesota, let's meet up. You can give me some pointers. I will try my best. Yeah, you let me know. Yeah, meet up. We can have a pickleball meetup. Yeah, I've only played like a handful of times. So, but I will try my best. I will give you the pointers that I've been given. Yes, that would be fun. We could do a school pickleball tournament. That'd be some organizing, but yeah, that could be fun. Very good. Okay, no pickle and pickleball. I know, here's the thing. This is what I've been saying, and I want to come up with it, but I just don't know how to do it. Somebody's probably already working on it, but why doesn't pickleball have a pickle drink? Like the equivalent of like a Gatorade, but it's pickle drink, and it's literally pickle juice. Like you could do like a little shot or, you know, whatever. Like I personally love pickle juice. I love drinking it. When I worked at the Renaissance Festival, we would drink pickle juice all the time, you know? And I don't know why pickleball itself doesn't have like an official pickle drink. And pickles are popping right now. They're very popular. So like, what the hell? What the hell? Anybody? You guys want to go in on some sort of like pickle drink? We can make that happen here. And it's literally just like a little pickle shot or like a whole like, you know, Gatorade version of pickle drink. I've been, you know, talking about that for a while. I have all these ideas, right? But then it's like the execution. Okay, how do I do that? Just saying. Tin, hi, Philadelphia Flyer. Are we talking gritty? Because I do love me some gritty. I will say that. Thanks for stopping by. All right. Well, that's about all I got today, people. Thanks again for joining. Vikings signed Carson Wentz. I think we, aka Prince Harry, to the squad. The werewolf is in Philly. So William, have fun, with the werewolf. Hopefully, when he transforms, it's okay over there. And Planetary pregame, again, Lynx versus Fever at Lynx tonight, 6 p.m. I do have the Lynx winning by 1-7. We'll see how it pans out there. And yeah, we talked about Ragnar. We talked about all sorts of stuff, everything else. Archangel Music, we'll have to go stop by your channel, check it out. Recognizance Pod, what is that? I almost read that as Renaissance Festival. I think it's because I was talking about the Renaissance Festival. But I hope everybody has a great rest of your Sunday, or whenever you happen to be watching this. Go Lynx. And yeah, I guess we also talked about Adam Thielen too. So we'll have to stay keep our ears to the sky, or whatever. I don't know. Eyes on the internet. However, we get our news about Adam Thielen potentially joining the Vikings. I mean, just to wrap this up, just with the Vikings chatter, I mean, it seems pretty damn clear. Again, the Vikings want him. Carolina's are, what do you got? We're going to make you pay. That's what I think. And I do think that the Vikings are in need, that they are having to get another wide receiver. I mean, I just think it's right there. Now, is it going to be Adam Thielen? No, there's been a lot of smoke there. But, it's, things not working out like they planned. And again, I kind of think that, I don't know, I think there might be a little bit extra back and forth with the Panthers there. Otherwise, I feel like we might have heard something already, but I don't know. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'll probably be back again before Monday night. And if anything breaking with Adam Thielen or wide receiver news, I'll try to pop on here so we can talk about it. And I'll probably be doing more predictions or something, at least for another Lynx game, maybe before the Monday night game, Vikings at the Bears. So we shall see. But thanks again for joining, everybody. Mars, yes, watch Mars Attacks, exactly. And Mark, thank you again so much. You are so kind and generous. I appreciate you. Always like to see you, chat with you. So thank you for that super chat. That is so nice of you. And I'm always happy to chat with you and brighten your day if I can. So thank you again. You're far too kind. Really appreciate that. And yeah, thanks again. Oh, Militant Aircraft. Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah, we were talking about some UFO stuff, obviously, with Mars Attacks too. It's been a Mars-filled. I wonder, let me check here really quick. I wonder if we're in Mars hour right now. Let me just check on that, just because we're all still here. I have the Planetary hour calculator pulled up here. Let me look. Because that would just make me laugh if we were in Mars hour right now. Okay, not yet. Mars hour, for me at least, I'm in the central time zone. Mars hour starts in 26 minutes. So there we go. We're in Jupiter hour right now, people. So anyway, that's funny. All right, very good. Okay, thanks again, Mars. You're the best. Mars Attacks. Everybody go check it out if you haven't watched it yet. So we did talk about that too. It's been fun today, you guys. I appreciated all of you. I had fun. See you all. And yeah, I appreciate everybody. Thanks again, Mark. Mars, appreciate you. Mars Attacks. Okay, we loved that today, right? So, all right, everybody, take care, stay cool, be safe, and I'll see you next time. All right, thanks again, everybody. It was fun. I'll talk to you later.